Hello!
Hello!
This is the second season of Girls on Film. I am Alex, and you may notice this is not Sabrina.
I'm not?
You're not Sabrina.
No.
This is my buddy Maddie. She's filling in for Sabrina for the time being. It is the spookiest season of them all. It's October. Hopefully it'll be October by the time this is posted. We're doing some Halloween movies. And we know not everyone likes scary movies.
That's me.
We did some family-friendly Halloween movies. So, to get things started, let's start off with Halloween Town.
Yeah.
The Disney Channel original.
One of my faves.
Yeah, Disney Channel original, 93?
Something. I don't know.
Something's in the early 90s. So, main characters in the movie are the three small children, as there usually are. There's usually like 3 kids in the movies. But the oldest one, Marnie, turned 13 and she's...
has to use her powers or else she'll lose them, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what the mom's hoping for, her mom's hoping for, but Grandma, which is the late and great Debbie Reynolds, wants to train her as a witch, and that's probably every kid's dream.
Yeah.
To be trained as a witch by specifically Debbie Reynolds. We don't really like Marnie, she's really annoying.
Yeah, well, I mean, as the youngest, just oldest children tend to be annoying. But Marnie especially, just like, oh my god.
And like the brother too.
The brother?
I forgot what the brother
I don't know. I think that he was perfectly reasonable throughout the entire movie.
The best sibling of them all is the smallest one.
Sophie.
The little sister.
The little sister.
And she's also the most powerful of them all.
Yeah, well, she hasn't started losing her powers yet.
It's true.
That's why.
True. Though, I do say, I kind of found it a little bit annoying that the brother also ended up having powers. Spoiler. The brother ended up having powers in the end, but there was like no hint whatsoever.
Well, he doesn't have powers. He's like a squib. Is that what they're called? In Harry Potter?
Yeah, that is what they're calling her.
Like, he has the potential for magic, but just doesn't really have magic, if that makes sense.
There's so much lore to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets really deep.
I guess it does.
When you're as much of a fan as I am.
I've only ever seen the first one, so...
Really?
Yeah.
I would have made you watch the second one if I had known that.
Let's talk about Halloween Town itself.
Yes.
That's an awesome place. Like,
okay, first of all,
groovy.
It's a Disney Channel original movie, right?
Made in the 90s. Great special effects.
But yeah, like the makeup and like fake faces, prosthetics, like on point.
Yeah.
Someone actually like had to do that and come up with these creatures.
Yeah, that'd be like, a really fun job to like design. I like the casual, you see them in like the beginning, like just the casual people with like pumpkins for heads.
Yeah.
Like that's not even monster, you just pumpkin head.
Yeah. Can we talk about the kid? What is his name?
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
I don't remember his name.
I forget his name. But the bad kid.
The punk.
The punk.
The punk who was bullying Grandma.
13-year-old.
What the heck?
Not know, like his parents must not be around.
Yeah. And he thought he was like so hot because he got a nose job to look normal. Honestly, if you think about it, you don't want to look normal in that town. Like your standards of beauty is different.
That's what I was thinking about that. I was like, what are the standards?
Maybe it's like his way of like, you know, getting a mohawk or like gauges or, you know, something that would seem deviating from our standards of beauty. It's him deviating from their standards of beauty. And then we also have the villain, once again, spoiler alert. Calabar. He's like, okay, at first he's like, oh yeah, I can get along. He's like a Willy Wonka type. But I like his whole, like, the weird relationship with the kid's mom. Like, he was trying to ask the mom out to dinner, and for the most part, Marnie and the brother were like, they were just oblivious. But Sophie was kind of just like...
Sophie knows what's up.
Yup. There was also the point where he was talking about how evil is more powerful than good. But at the same token, he was fighting a child.
You see, my friends, the power of evil is stronger than good.
You're bragging about beating a child. Congrats. So, Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
The live action was that 2002. Written and directed by James Gunn, which you don't know, but he did Guardians of the Galaxy, both 1 and 2.
Nice.
And he also did the sequel to Scooby-Doo. So he's got a good resume. Honestly, that's an amazing cast they had there.
It is an amazing cast.
For the early 2000s. That would be my Scooby-Doo. Like, Matthew Lillard is amazing as Shaggy. And I know when you watch this, Sabrina, because I know you're gonna watch this, I have not seen SLC Punk yet. It's on my list. He's in that. I think I mentioned this to you while we were watching it. Velma is played by Linda Cardellini, who was in Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde, yep.
And she was Chutney in Legally Blonde. And real life married couple, which is so inspiring, Daphne and Fred, is Sarah Michelle Gellar. Not Sarah Jessica Parker. Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr.
Who do they have playing at the
they had Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray. Oh my God.
Cameo by Sugar Ray.
What a quality film.
So you also have the villain. Well, first of all, the villain's Scrappy-Doo, which makes sense. I like how they did that.
Yeah. Did you know that there's a polar study, and Scrappy-Doo is one of the most hated cartoon characters in history.
It's understandable. Though there was a bit of foreshadowing with Scrappy's character. Scrappy-Doo was hidden inside a robot version of Mr. Bean himself, Rowan Atkinson. But at the beginning of the movie, when the gang first got to the island, there was like some weird sort of like statue thing that's like greeting all the guests, and Rowan Atkinson pops out of that. So it's like there's a guy and a guy and a guy.
I did have a theological metaphor for this one though.
Oh yeah?
Well, Scooby-Doo in general, about how they're always unmasking the truth and disproving the supernatural.
Yeah.
And in that way, they are like very much in the same vein as like naturalists who are adamantly atheist and say that everything has a natural cause, a natural purpose.
Yeah.
And so the unmasking of the villain is analogous to the way that like atheists are constantly trying to disprove God.
I like picturing, I don't know, certain followers like unmasking like a burning bush. Old man Moses! Though in this movie, the monsters are actually real. Which they didn't really get into. There was like the part where Velma's trying to pull the face off of the guy because she thought it was a mask. And then she was like, oh no, this isn't a dude in a mask, this is a real monster.
Oh yeah.
They just never got into it. Yeah, or them all switching bodies. Which that scene in itself is a cinematic masterpiece.
It's not easy to steer when you're pure spirit. Hey, I can look at myself naked.
Oh, brother.
Oh,
What? This is a children's movie.
It's so good. It's one of those movies where it's made like for children, but there's a lot of jokes in there that the adults can appreciate. Like all the drug references and stuff.
Okay, but if you're an adult who's employed writing a script for a live-action Scooby-Doo movie, you gotta do something to entertain yourself.
It's true.
Anyway.
All I know is I'm waiting for my present day reboot, a gritty reboot, mind you, of Scooby-Doo, where, you know, Shaggy straight up does drugs on screen, and they all have their issues.
Whoa.
Hello, ignore the continuity. Our our last movie of this episode is The Addams Family.
The Addams Family.
The 90s, the 90s movie based on the...
It was a 90s movie?
It was a 90s movie.
Nobody told me that.
Based on the show from like the 50s and 60s.
I liked the love story between Cousin It and
Margaret,
Margaret?
the lawyer's
wife.
Wait, who left
Find
her
a
husband?
man who listens.
Yeah.
I like watching her dance because it's just like a cone of fur
Yeah.
and just
Yeah. We're talking about love story between Cousin It and Margaret. The great love story, of course, is Gomez and Morticia. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Lots
of affection.
Besides like Wednesday. Wednesday has a lot of good one-liners. But the best one-liners are between Gomez and Morticia.
That's true.
They have good banter.
They do have good banter.
Gomez,
Querida.
last night you were unhinged. You were like some desperate, howling demon. You frightened me. Do it again.
You got Wednesday and Bugsley.
Yeah.
Wednesday, like everyone wants to be Wednesday. She's a popular one, that kid.
I don't know. I have mixed feelings because
Yeah.
as a younger sibling, I feared for Pugsley most of the time.
Yeah.
I know how easy it is to be persuaded by your older siblings, like, oh no, this will be fun, this will be fun, and it's not.
Yeah, you should watch the sequel because then they have the third child, and they mess with the third child way more. Pugsley probably
I am
really,
the third child.
Yeah, Pugsley probably really appreciated the third child, whose name was Pubert, by the way.
I'm sorry?
The third
No,
child.
yes.
His name's Pubert Adams.
Pubert?
Pubert. How about Fester? Uncle.
The main character!
Yes! Christopher Lloyd!
Yes. Also, they're very, 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 very old, yeah?
The Adams? I don't think they're necessarily monsters, like supernatural beings. They're just slaves to the aesthetic. Grandma might be a witch. And Lurch and Thing, there's something and Cousin It, there's something going on there. But like the Adamses themselves, I think are. Oh, there's also flora and fauna. Anyway, so that was our episode, first episode of the year. So keep, watching our stuff.
Never know what we're gonna put out.
What?
I said never know what we're gonna put out.
We never know what we're gonna put out.
Yeah, that's what makes this exciting. Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much for watching, and
join us next time when we review more movies
of some sort. Let's find out.